Okay, so we'll start with the question of why our channel is named Sense of Cinema for the third time.
Yeah,
And this time, hopefully, we'll actually finish the podcast and upload it.
yeah.
So, finish the
I'm
episode.
gonna
And
upload it even though if it's not finished.
okay,
I'll
perfect.
just upload bits and bits from three things.
Yes, please do that so that we have something. Uh, for those who don't have context, uh, we solid took a month to keep shooting this podcast every week, and every week we would disagree with having to upload it or continue shooting also, in fact. And then yeah, every episode we would set up our equipment at a location where we can shoot the two of us sitting in front of each other, having two cameras and two lights and everything. Once we're done with the setup, which takes around 3 to 4 hours, we start speaking for half an hour and then we give up. That's exactly the pattern. uh,
I mean, to be fair, there are many, you know, uh, problems which we had to deal with,
yeah.
and also like that those recordings were on location recordings, not like a remote recording.
Yeah.
Yeah, then we had to deal with more problems.
Yeah. All three times I got demotivated AF. Holy shit, man. So yeah. Um, yeah, this time let's actually talk about let's actually do it. So yeah, Sense of Cinema. Why is it the name of our podcast? What does it mean?
Yeah, so I I don't know if this phrase of sense of cinema, the phrase, if it existed before or not, but I arrived at this phrase by myself when I was thinking about what makes a filmmaker, good or appealing for me at least. Like the way they make movies, the way they write their stories, the way they want to tell their stories. So yeah, like if you think about it, filmmaker it became a very general term now. Like whoever makes films is a filmmaker now. But like there is a clear difference between many people. Like for example, if you wanna uh, take an example of I forget that guy's name, Justice League's director.
Joss Whedon.
Yeah, Joss Whedon. If you compare him to, I don't know, like Tarantino or Martin Scorsese, or you can even take Nolan, who's a similar age group of Joss Whedon. So like there is a clear difference between their intentions, the way they make their movies, the way they treat other people also. So yeah, this I was thinking about, like, and then I realized there is something which is clearly different between both of them, and then I arrived at this yeah, term, sense of cinema. So cinema is something which is clearly different, and it's very far from the other content which is being made right now. So Martin Scorsese also spoke about this in some like a public interview where he mentioned the whole Marvel movies as like a what is it called?
Not cinema.
Theme park movies.
Theme park
Theme
movies.
park
Okay.
movies. Yeah, yeah. Theme park movies. So there is, yeah. According to the filmmakers, also there is a clear difference. So yeah, I myself I relate more to the cinema than the other content which is being made. The way I want to make films, the way I was inspired by many films. I was basically inspired by true cinema.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. I mean, one thing that I am actually curious about uh, uh, is how do we? So, what is where is the line drawn on? this differentiation. I mean, like, so are we talking about this sense of cinema like it is? Uh,
A commercial thing?
no, I mean, is it like, so if someone has a good sense of cinema and they make good movies and not
Hmm.
like bad movies, we are referring to them as the way we are talking about them is like they're the good guys of this thing, right? And so, and then we're speaking of cinema and then we're differentiating it again from content. And then superhero movies are called theme park movies, etc. etc. These are all things that we are talking about it, right? So, what do we? What is the? Uh, are we not okay with someone like, for example, James Gunn making movies like Guardians of the Galaxy or whatever? Because it is clearly evident that those movies are also taken care of and well cared for by a filmmaker like that. And that also comes under a theme park movie if we categorize it according to what Martin Scorsese says. So,
Yeah, yeah. That brings me to my other point. So, if you take examples like Infinity War, Endgame, Guardians of the Galaxy,
yeah,
I could say,
Suicide
yeah,
Squad.
I really love the third part, but yeah, and the Batman, you can take that. Like these
Yeah,
are
yeah,
all
yeah,
superhero films,
yeah, yeah.
but you can clearly differentiate these movies from movies like Thor: Love and Thunder, Quantumania, or I haven't watched Marvels. I don't want to comment on that.
We will
Yeah,
compare it
these
with the
kind of
trailer of the Marvels. Yeah, go on.
yeah. So I think by cinema, what I mean is movies which emotionally trigger you. I don't know if trigger is the right word, but emotionally move you.
Hmm.
They travel from the screen and they touch you.
Okay.
So they make you feel something. They, like you can see the vision of the filmmaker, what he wanted you to feel, what he
Okay.
wanted you to like, realize, or what he wanted you to go through. When the transfers from the screen, that is when we get impressed and like we recognize that as cinema. So when we both watched Guardians of the Galaxy 3, we were truly moved by the emotional scenes and the way the characters were written. And the Batman, I was mind blown by that movie, even though it's a superhero film,
Yeah, yeah.
but it's completely different from the other movies. And I even cried while watching Endgame.
Got it. Got it.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I think that that makes cinema for me.
Makes sense. So, like, how do we? So, if you're talking about it, and where like cinema content, superhero movies, and yeah, I've seen this happen on a regular basis where uh, people who are talking about sensibilities and cinema as a whole thing, they kind of uh, instead of differentiating the way you just did, I've noticed that there is this thing like cinema and then superhero movies. Okay. The entire genre is being disregarded. So yeah, that's the reason I was asking that question because these guys clearly they're doing a good job. Matt Reeves, James Gunn, and Todd Phillips with the Joker and all these movies. So, and they all
Yeah.
like they really feel like they're cinema. So yeah, I guess those movies are kind of a response to is our superhero movies considered cinema. But
Yeah.
yeah, I guess the lines will be
Yeah.
more blurred as we go on, and then people will start noticing the difference.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So yeah, let's circle back to the question of why we named our channel Sense of Cinema. Uh, you wanna go on?
did we get into like so? Uh, we explain the difference between what we think cinema and content is, and what can be considered cinema. But I don't think sense of cinema is something we established.
Okay, fine. Yeah, let's explore that.
So we're referring to the sensibilities of cinema when we say sense of cinema, right? Like so,
Yeah.
when filmmakers, a differentiating factor, like you said, someone like Matt Reeves or Todd Phillips, James Gunn, all of these people took references of movies that are well made uh, from older movies that they had watched and appreciated on all levels,
Yeah.
be it like, cinematography, direction, etc., etc. And they've collected this experience. They have collected this understanding and, analysis. They basically made sure it made sense to them. And that reflects in their work when they do that. They really understand what they're doing. They know where they're drawing all of their source, inspiration, and motivation and understanding of this whole thing from. So that I think is what you know kind of explains what a sense of cinema.
Yeah. True.
And yeah, so why did we name it Sense of Cinema? Because Pranay suggested it one day, and then I was like, yeah, that's cool. I don't want to come up with any other name. This is perfect. Saves me some time. That's it. And then I
Yeah.
carried on with an editing gig I was busy with. And we now permanently have a podcast name which will never be changed ever again.
Yes.
Perfect. Cool. So I think we kind of explained what Sense of Cinema is. Uh,
Yeah.
explained it in a slightly horrible way, but you know, first episode, so we will be excused.
Yeah.
We will explain it better some other day when we get better at this as we keep shooting more episodes and we actually upload each episode. For now, yeah, we'll stick to this explanation that we just gave.
Yeah. I'm actually like I like talking like this.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
After trying multiple ways of talking, I think we'll just stick to this. Let's not get
Yeah.
too sensible. We tried being really sensible, Googling our shit and then researching, being all like, I don't know, gentlemanly about our whole approach. And then, yeah, we lost it. Uh, Now we're back to talking like we actually talk. Of course, this is not how we actually talk also. We just made it more PG-13, if you will. So, actually, no, what the hell? I said AF and all. So,
No, AF is fine. If
okay, yeah. We can beep this, no? Nice. We can
yeah, we
beep
can
that.
beep
Yeah.
this.
Yes, perfect. Okay. I was wondering. I mean, what? I was wondering, hell, man, because
We are not live streaming, no.
no, I know. But I don't want to cut out that entire sequence just because you said the word. Like, it needs to be there because there'll be a flow in the conversation. And
No, we'll just put like in LB.
yeah, all of this also I wanted to be in the podcast. So that is why that is why I wanted the beep to be there instead of cutting this. Like, this is all actual like solid discussions. This is as honest as we possibly can be on this. So
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, AF we can still justify. If some kid asks, we'll be like, it's autofocus. Yeah.
MF manual focus.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah. Some kid watching this YouTube video like, what the hell?
Yeah.
So that's Pranay, guys, and he's the one who named this channel. And yeah, Sense of Cinema, he's the one to talk. Okay,
Yeah. I have a question for you actually.
we're recording at 4:30 a.m. in the morning. I'm pretty sure half my neighbors can hear me.
It's ideal for us in this time only, like, or else some fight will be going on in the back, or else some like be
Yeah.
going on.
People will be washing dishes loudly.
Yeah.
We actually faced this issue, by the way. We were recording our podcast in our bedroom in our previous session. And one of the most prominent vocal recordings that happened over the course of our podcast session was a woman washing her dishes very loudly. You could hear everything about the dishwashing experience. And
Yeah, this was to her right side, and to her left side was some lady shouting. I don't know. She was
yeah,
fighting with someone.
some lady shouting at her husband, that was also captured. And yeah. Hey, you asked a question, I thought. Oh, yeah. No, you didn't ask the
No, no.
question.
I
Yeah,
was
go
just
on.
telling.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a question for you. What is the latest cinema which you watched?
Latest cinema which I watched. Tiger 3, bro. Sallu
What the
bhai.
fuck? Hey, Tambi, what?
No. Latest cinema that I watched, is it? Okay.
No, Tiger 3's greatest achievement is making Patan look good.
Yeah, actually, yeah. I really had a lot of appreciation for Pathan after Tiger 3. I was bitching
Yeah.
after I watched Pathan. I was bitching about how they could have made Shah Rukh Khan's character more badass as they introduced him, right? They introduced him as a very
Yeah, yeah.
badass character, and then they proceeded to make him a very I don't know. I don't know what the character is.
Everyone with him, dude. Like,
Yeah, I know. I don't
Deepika
know why.
with him.
So and then
John Abraham, like, the only good thing which he does is, just plucking the remote from John Abraham in the end. That's it.
yep,
In everything else, he fails.
such a bad spy, man. Fuck. But yeah,
Yeah.
I had so many things to complain about that movie, and I was like, oh god, nothing can be worse than this. And then in the same year, we went on to watch many films that topped it
Yeah.
in that way.
Yeah.
And yeah, Tiger 3 helped me appreciate what a good movie Pathan was.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So, yeah, coming back to the question, what is the cinema
What was the
which
most
you
recent
watched?
cinema that I watched? Killers of the Flower Moon, I think. Killers of the Flower Moon. And
I mean, in regional cinema, which you watched,
regional, I
Jigartanda
guess,
2.
Jigartanda Double X and Kida Kola.
Yeah, Kitakola.
Kida Kola. Commercial space, yeah, Jigartanda Double X. Actually, Kida Kola is also in the commercial space. Uh,
Like, to be honest, Jigartanda 2, it it is a uh, truly art film which wraps itself in the commercial
yeah,
cover.
true.
Yeah,
Actually, well executed. I didn't think I would be that emotionally invested twice, like in the second viewing. Yeah. For some context, we watched Jigartanda, the two of us, me and Mr. Pranay over here, and we have this unique problem of running out of movies to watch because we watch at least like 2 movies a week. So there's not enough movies
the
releasing for us
two
to
three
watch
times.
every week. Yeah. Why do you think that we do that? We watch it 2, 3 times because there are not enough movies to watch. So what happened is we watched Jigartanda and then we watched Tiger 3 and then we were like, okay, nothing else released. At least nothing else that we liked. And we were like, okay, fine, let's just repeat a movie that we watched. Just as usual, we do this. When we don't have movies, we repeat a movie.
Kitakola we watched again.
Yeah, Kitakola we watched twice. Tiger 3, it was hard to watch the one time that we did, but we got through it. Jigar Tanda, we watched twice again. In the second time, so my USP to go watch that movie the second time was that I'm a huge fan of listening to OSTs and songs and the characters' background musics and all these things in the theater
Yeah.
on Dolby Atmos or Dolby 7.1. That I'm really blown away by how it sounds in theaters. And Jigatanda 2 has a really good like uh, the theme music is really good.
It's it's one of the best in this year.
So yeah, so we thought okay, we'll go there, we'll go to the movie again for the heroic moments, for the music, and like just chillax and enjoy the bits and pieces that we did like. But we were surprised to actually be invested throughout the movie, like for its entire duration, even on the second watch. So yeah, there you go. The context is provided.
Killers of the Flower Moon. I'm planning to watch it again. It's 3 hours 30 minutes.
Oh, sorry. Oh, 3 hours 30 minutes. Holy shit, I didn't realize that.
Yes. That's the thing. I truly didn't realize that.
It felt, no, I thought it was two and a
Because
half hours and it felt really long for 2.5 hours.
no, it's three and a half hours.
Okay.
For a 3.5 hour film, it's like really well paced. For a 3.5 hour film. Uh, and also, uh, there are people who actually said this in their review, wherein they're like, the movie felt like a 2 hour movie.
Makes sense.
And yeah, like Martin Scorsese, like
What is that, bro? Does it come under the slow burn category or what?
it slow burn. The way it's the way we felt about the movie is because we don't have the context actually.
The about the Osage thing.
Or, yeah, Osage murders.
No, I mean I read about it. Uh,
No, it's not the
how
reading.
does it
Like,
have
see,
anything to do with being slow burn or not?
I mean, oh, okay. Actually, I skipped that question, but yeah, I think it's a slow burn. Slow burn.
Okay,
Yeah,
this comes under slow burn, is it?
yeah. It comes from the slow burn.
Okay.
And he narrated the movie the way he did because he genuinely wanted to represent the actual thing. He wanted to genuinely depict the
Hmm.
Osage, yeah, the customs and everything.
No, it's not
Geni-
about
I mean,
uh, the. He didn't make a slow film. The film he wanted to make it that way as per how he saw fit. So
yeah,
I mean, metaphorically, I don't know if this is like I don't know if this was mentioned anywhere or if this is accurate also. But one of the things that I understood uh, about why it would have been that way is because one of the things that was going on in the film was a slow poisoning. Remember, it happened gradually over a long period of time.
yeah,
So there
yeah.
were the
The wife,
protagonist's wife, yeah,
wives,
the wife character.
yeah,
All those people, no. So basically, they were all slow poisoned eventually, and they were like, their property was inherited by the white men who married into those families and all. So that feeling of helplessness and that gradual uh,
slow
loss
death
of
of these
life,
people.
yeah, all of that was like represented almost the way it happened. So you
Yeah,
felt you felt uh, that
lack
slow
of
death.
catharsis.
Yeah, that's you felt that slow death as you were watching it. And when she started to recover, the amount of dopamine that kicked into her system was like way
Yeah,
too much because she recovered way faster than he showed, right? Like, I mean, he
yeah.
showed sequences of her recovering in a much faster pace than her dying. So, holy shit, yeah. I was like, oh damn. I don't care what happens after this in the movie, and I'm glad she survived. I mean, she still died of diabetes. That's a different thing, but at least not because of the poison for that time being.
So yeah, this is what we mean by sense of cinema. This this is what cinema is for us. We as fellow filmmakers, we want to make cinema. We want to draw inspiration from the cinemas which inspired us, and we want to make our own cinemas. Yeah, I mean that rounds up the whole point of why we named our channel as Sense of Cinema. Why we named our
Hmm.
podcast Sense of Cinema,
Yeah.
and what cinema means to us.
We will surely figure out a
We
better way to
actually,
end our episodes. Kindly forgive us.
but yeah, I actually genuinely had fun talking about this because whenever we meet, we only speak about cinema. We only speak about how to make cinema and all these things.
Might as well get
And
it recorded and put it on YouTube so we can monetize it at least. And more people
yeah,
can be part of it.
yeah. And in the future episodes, we'll be talking about many techniques and many uh, topics which are related to cinema, which are related to filmmaking in general. If you're interested in filmmaking content, if you want to learn something about filmmaking, you can tune in to listen to us speaking about all of this. And yeah, that wraps the whole thing. Yeah. See you guys.
Little Tommy Tompkins was the dunce and what a fool. Didn't know which was the sun or moon. Teacher said to Tommy Tompkins, well, See if you can sing this while you spell. Constantinople, Constantinople.